Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Deck Reviews. This is where we review decks from all around the world, mass market as well as indie and also Kickstarter. Sit back guys, relax and enjoy the up and coming review.
Hi guys, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart, and thanks for joining me on my first deck review. We're reviewing today a beautiful deck by a UK-based tarot creator named Saskia Lee Psychic. It's called the Bright Future Tarot. Saskia is a psychic as well as an angel and tarot card reader also, and she's been reading for the last 25 years. So this is a hand illustrated 78 card deck and accompanying workbook. It blends ancient symbolism with modern psychology to make learning tarot fun, relevant and easy. So whilst remaining true to the traditional tarot meanings, each card is a modern interpretation of the core archetypes, designed to evoke the way the card feels. So rather than memorising or just memorising keywords or trying to interpret arcane symbolism, the Bright Future Tarot presents a new way to learn and use tarot that teaches you to connect to the way the card feels, thus opening the door to accessing your psychic ability. This is a really accomplished deck. I thoroughly enjoyed reviewing this deck. The illustrations are phenomenal, and I just feel that they allowed me to access different parts of myself and of potential interpretations of the cards that other cards don't allow when you get them. As a reader myself, I tend to not only tap into my intuition, my knowledge of the cards, but also what's extraordinarily important to me is being able to connect towards the way a card actually feels. And the way that we connect, for me, certainly the way that I connect towards the way that a card feels is through the illustrations. What is it trying to convey to me? What am I getting? What are the downloads? And certainly what is the energy of the card trying to display to me? And that's how I generally connected to this particular deck. I really love this deck immensely, and I really hope guys that through watching this review you're going to love it as much as I do, because it's a really accomplished deck. And well done to Saskia, because she has created something that I believe is going to be phenomenal, and a lot of people are going to want to purchase this deck from around the world because it is exceptional. So guys, yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy the review.
So hi guys, we are doing Saskia Lee's Psychic Bright Future Tarot review today. Let me just show you how it comes. So it comes in a standard tuck box. So we're going to take out both of the decks. And as you can see here, you've got the, and I'm probably going to, once I've got both out, I'm going to hone the camera in a little bit more on the decks. Let's just take this one out. There we go. Alright, so yeah, you can see that one has a standard sort of keyword on it. For the Fool, she's got innocence. I really like that keyword. And on this particular one, we've got just the Fool, and you've got the number correspondences at the side. Standard tarot size, I would say, on this one. You know, if you've got the Rider-Waite deck, then you know, the actual original one, it's about the same size as that. Card thickness, very nice, beautiful, and that's what you want as far as I'm concerned with a deck. You want that beautiful quality of card. This is 400 GSM. It's just stunning. It's buttery as well. When I got it and I looked at the cardstock, I was like, this is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to hone in the actual camera, and we're going to get a little bit more of a closer look in on those cards. So let's have a look at the deck. Start off with the Fool. Beautiful, stunning, leap into space. I really love this. And it's a gamble. I mean, she's got the word innocence on the actual, as the keyword. And it is innocence. I just really love the way that she's depicted this Fool. It's just beautiful. Just the way that it just leaps. And you can see the massive gap here. Sun rising, massive gap. The dog is behind. I mean, it doesn't look like he's barking. It looks like it's just sort of sitting there. But yeah, beautiful. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Love this. The Magician. Absolutely stunning. She's got potential new beginnings here. It's an interesting one how she's switched over the meaning, because usually for me the Fool would be about new beginnings. And the Magician probably, yeah, about potential. But yeah, absolutely stunning. Gorgeous. Now, the High Priestess is not the High Priestess in this deck. It's called the Oracle, and that's very apt because the High Priestess is an oracle. She's an oracle of knowledge. The art style is beautiful. I love this Empress. Creation, birth is the key word on this one. What I like about this deck as well is you can get loads of downloads from it. So when you look at the deck, when you look at the way that the art has been, the art has been designed, the illustrations have been designed, when you look at it, you just get lots of things. She almost looks like Cleopatra. The Emperor. Now, I think that this is definitely one of my most favourite decks, cards within the deck. 100%. I've never seen an Emperor like this. Never, ever, ever. Not only do I see somebody who plays a very strategical game, for me it puts and even though the keyword is leadership and structure, this is what I love about this deck. So when because obviously I bought this one, and Saskia gifted me this one so I could show it side by side next to the one that I bought. What I felt when I saw this Emperor, whoa, I was like, what is this? Thing is, whenever I buy a deck, I never really look at the book. I just don't. I just look at whatever the card is giving me. I look at it coupled with my knowledge and intuition, and then I speak about it. What this card gives to me is, yeah, it is about leadership and structure, but he's got a mask on, and he's actually got a fair few masks behind him as well, which suggests to me that this person has the power of change and the power of transformation in his hands, in a way. And also, this card also suggests to me, when I look at it, that it's somebody who plays a game of strategy. It's almost like we've got someone here that plays cat and mouse, which then, looking at it from that perspective, is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? If that makes any sense. It just brought so many things to me when I looked at this particular Emperor card. When I first got this deck, I was like, I love it. This woman's amazing, what she's doing with tarot. I've never seen an Emperor like this. This to me looks like a little bit of a game player. He's very self-assured, very certain of himself, very confident in his abilities. I wouldn't like to play him, to be honest with you. I really love this card. The way that she's actually designed this and the amount of kind of downloads it's giving me. Whew, amazing. The Hierophant, Divine Wisdom. Beautiful. The Lovers. I love this. Decisions. I love the way that we've got this little kind of Cupid arrow in the picture here above. Oh, love this, man. When I saw this Chariot, this is definitely, when you go onto her Etsy shop, and you see, the pictures, you can click on the pictures on the Etsy shop and you can see what cards there are. And I saw this was definitely one of the cards that definitely sold me. It definitely sold the deck to me. I was like, yeah, I've got to get this. If it's only for this particular depiction of the Chariot, I've got to get it. Reminds me of Speed. and being very much in control. She's got nothing that she's holding on to. She's got to have that confidence and self-belief that she can go around the track. Absolutely amazing. Justice, beautiful. Karma, legal system. The Hermit, lovely. Seclusion, slow progress. Absolutely, I love the fact that she's put slow progress down on the Hermit. The fact that the Hermit can, as a timing card, be extraordinarily slow, or it can show you that somebody is very, very, very slow. I think it was about a year ago, or maybe a couple of years ago, I was doing a reading on my niece. And I was teaching her a bit of tarot, and I did a reading, and I said, I think I pulled two cards. I can't remember what the other one was, just to say what type of person is. No, I think she pulled the card, and she said, "How does Auntie Carol see me?" And it got the Hermit up, and we laughed. I laughed, and she said, "What does that mean?" Because my niece likes to go out. She likes to be around people. Hermits don't usually like that. They're very kind of secluded, and they like their own company. The other version, I said to her, basically, well, you're not the type of person that likes your own company. You're only child, and you like to be out and about. But you are very slow in everything. You take your time. So that was the version, and we both laughed at that. And it's so true, slow progress. This can also depict somebody who is extraordinarily slow as well. So I really like the fact that she had slow progress on there. Timing-wise, it is slow progress. The Wheel of Fortune. Destiny, control. Lovely. I really like that. Ah, this is definitely one of my favourites. Oh man, I love this version. What I like about this card is that she has a lion on one part of her face is the lion, one part of her face is strength. You know, it's a part of her. There is a duality within this woman showing here. Which I really love the way that she's depicted this. Rather than it being a lion and a woman, she's depicted the lion is within the woman, which I felt was really good. Saying the same thing really as when the woman holds back the lion. The lion is a part of who we are, but just doing it in an entirely different way. The Hangman, like this version of the Hangman, patience in action. Death, endings, transformation. I really love that. Temperance. It's beautiful, really nice. The Devil. Look at that, I think it's really cute. These two cute little horns coming up. It's like, do not press, yes press, yes press. Really love that, it's beautiful. Habitual action, guilt, nice. I love the fact that she's done kind of like a magazine cover here. The Tower, breakdown, shock. Love that. The Star, hope, good fortune. Stunning, beautiful. The Moon, illusion, fear. The Sun, love that, beautiful. Judgment, breakthrough, insight. The Universe, opportunity and travel. So that's the end of the majors. Stunning, absolutely stunning. And let's have a look at our minors. Ace of Wands. I love the candle, the flickering flame. Passion, initiative. Two of Wands, dominion. Nice. Three of Wands, creativity. Beautiful. Very abstract, this one. Very abstract indeed. Four of Wands, a comfortable home. Nice. Five of Wands, discord. Yeah. Very nice. Beautiful. Six of Wands. victory, but also reminds me of recognition as well, which is one of the meanings of the card, obviously, with all these people kind of holding up their batons to this person on the flying kind of, I don't know what you call these horses, is it like a Pegasus type thing, isn't it? Beautiful. 7 of Wands. The 8 of Wands. I love this little, I think it looks like a unicorn to me. Beautiful. Those arrows through the air. The 9 of Wands. Resilience. Stunning. Oh, you know, every time I pick up these cards and I just feel that, and I just feel the beautiful 400 GSM buttery smooth card, I just feel like, ah, this feels beautiful. Very nice. 10 of Wands, burdened. Lovely. Page of Wands, play, child. Knight of Wands, inspiration, speed. Queen of Wands, confidence and warmth. Beautiful. Oh, I love this Queen of Wands. It's interesting because she's got this Knight as a woman as well. But Knights for me is, I kind of agree, are more about energy rather than people, though often Knights show up for me as delivery people. Very nice. Is she stepping out or stepping into the card, or is she sitting on the car? It's interesting. No, she got one leg up on the car. Yeah, Knight of Wands is a little bit of a bragger, isn't he? Does look very braggadocious to me, this card does as well. Not just about inspiration, speed, but looks very braggadocious. Look at the colour of the car. Pink, orange dress, wow. Yeah, I love the regality of this queen. Beautiful. And I love that, you know, it's interesting how, I've noticed it also in another deck that I'm going to be reviewing as well, how a lot of the wand characters are pretty much always dark skinned, which is really interesting. I suppose it deals with the idea of the country or the territory that wands are often associated with, I guess. But it doesn't matter because it's beautiful and she's very regal and she's very gorgeous. Confident and warm, which is exactly what the Queen of Wands is. Yeah, entrepreneur, King of Wands. Beautiful. Okay, so now we go to the cups. Let's have a look at the cups now. The Ace of Cups. Unconditional love. Beautiful. Stunning. I love the way that she's actually got it's almost like an uplight coming from this cup rather than water coming out of it, which is what you usually see. Looks also like there's a fox in the background and also a swan, which is interesting. You can get two different energies, I suppose. Is it a fox? Let's have a look at it. Definitely looks like a fox to me. One is cunning, one is serene. Two very different energies that seem to combine as one. I really like that. It's almost like a sense of acceptance. Both are able to partake of the water without there being any competition or fight, which I think is really nice. Beautiful. Two of Cups, attraction and bonding. Gorgeous. Three of Cups, marriage commitment. It's nice. Four of Cups, rejection and self-pity. Nice. All four cups downturned. I just really love the way that this isn't a Rider-Waite clone. It stands on its own merit. You can just get so much more from it in a way. Five of Cups, atmosphere. Six of Cups, nostalgia, cleansing. I really like the warmth of this card. I really love it. It looks very warm. She's remembering something very warm, very nice, a very nice time in her life, a time when she felt secure and looked after, perhaps. Seven of Cups, fantasy visualization. Nice. I love that idea of visualization on the Seven of Cups. It's definitely how I also explain that card. This is definitely one of my most favourite cards within this deck, the Eight of Cups. Boredom. Is she bored then, is she? Alright, so she's saying this woman's bored and he's moving on, I guess. She looks like the... Well, I don't know whether she looks like the type, but she's kind of like, see you later. I've got better things to do with my time, love. What's he got in his hand, or her hand? She really doesn't care. She's just striding out of there with confidence and saying, ta-ta. Love that. This is definitely one of my... This is another one of the cards that made me want to buy this deck. I just loved the way it looked. Nine of Cups, belonging, euphoria. Gorgeous. This is another one. When I saw this card, I was like, I've got to have this deck. There were so many cards that I looked at and I just thought, it's beautiful. I was just like, I can't get this out of my head. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Ten of Cups, family contentment. Love this version of the deck. Oh, I love this. I love that we have an interracial couple here, I think. Which is just awesome. Beautiful. Page of Cups. Loyal, sensitive. Gorgeous. Immersed in water. Knight of Cups. Soulmate. It really is quite a, you know, I don't know, it depends on what you want to call diverse. A lot of kind of black characters in this deck. Knight of Cups, soulmate. Queen of Cups, nurturing. Beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry. This deck is like a hug in a mug, from a mug. It's like having a gorgeous chicken soup, if you eat chicken that is, or a gorgeous vegetable soup, or your favourite kind of comfort food. It really does feel like that when I look at this deck. I just feel such a connection to it. It's beautiful. I'll be reading with it anyway for the channel. I really do love this humongously. Just stunning. Look at that. I think she's written on this sweetest baby. Is that what it is? Sweetest baby, sweetest baby. Can you see? It's all these little things that she does on the actual card that when you first get it out, you don't notice it necessarily. You just take a deep lip and you're like, oh, it's got that there. And it's got all these little kind of, looks like a sofa, or it looks like little cute animals or something in the background. Like that has been, it looks like, there's obviously a cot here. And this looks like the wallpaper in the background. It's just stunning. Love that. The King of Cups. Compassionate. Wouldn't you love to have parents like that, guys? You probably have. A nurturing mother. A compassionate father. Is this a father or maybe the grandma? Looks like a guy. Nice. Very, very nice. I love the way that she alludes to the cup characters, especially the Queen and the King, as being these really beautiful, compassionate, caring, loving people who love to nurture and love to take care of smaller, younger things. I really like that. Because sometimes when we look at the King of Cups, he can be depicted as somebody who is very kind of emotionally controlled, whether he's reversed or in the upright, regardless of his compassion. But here it's completely something, a completely different vibe for me, I feel. Ah, kind of reminds me of Poppy Palin's Everyday Enchantment Tarot. That's what it reminds me of slightly, this deck. So that's the cups done. Let's have a look at our swords. Now swords, whenever I buy a deck, swords have got to speak to me because they're always my favourite illustration within a deck. Always. It doesn't matter what deck I buy, I always want to make sure the swords are good because that's what I'm looking for. Swords are my main thing within depiction of, you know, a tarot card. Truth, Intelligence, Ace of Swords, beautiful. I like this. Tension, opposition, but also no speech. Secrets, keeping stumm, which is often what the Two of Swords is as well. Lack of communication or not communicating or hiding stuff is the Two of Swords. Keeping silent, keeping quiet. Love that. You can see that she's got this tape over her mouth. She's not prepared to speak, or she's been silenced. Love this. You know what I loved about when I saw this Three of Swords? I loved the fragmented pieces in this person's hand. So arguments and anger, but also somebody who's being torn into pieces, and which can be the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can be a card that would depict, what's the word I'm looking for? Malicious speak, or when somebody's being put down verbally. And certainly, yes, arguments, conflict of words, conflict of ideas, but also somebody who's being torn apart. And that's what this reminded me of when I got it, just somebody who had been ripped apart. Maybe somebody's reputation, or somebody just themselves who's been ripped apart. I mean, this card for me, I was like, whoa, this is one hell of a powerful card. Loved it. And I just love the way she's illustrated it with the black background, and then the beautiful imagery, the coloration on the card set against this black background. I mean, whoa, I haven't seen a Three of Swords like this before. It's really good. I mean, it's quality. It is quality to the max. Look at that. Wow, wow, wow. Nice. Love the Four of Swords. Solitude and Sanctuary. There she is. Looks like she's sitting somewhere sunny on a veranda, overlooking the sea, reading her book very quietly. Five of Swords. Discussion, persuasion. Six of Swords. Analysis, logic. Again. Seven of Swords. Mediator, resolution. So interesting in terms of how one usually sees the Seven of Swords, especially if you study the Rider-Waite. Very interesting. Very nice. Eight of Swords. Feeling trapped. Love that. Love this girl all bound up with the swords. She's really bound by her own ideas, isn't she? Her hands are bound though, and her legs are bound as well. Usually this Eight of Swords person can move out of this. But really she can. She's bound by her own thoughts. Hence the swords holding the strings. Nine of Swords. Inner torture. Whoa. Loving this. Let me take a little look at this. Wow. Addiction. Inner torture. Ten of Swords. Endings. Grief. Nice, quite scary actually, that card, in a way, but not in a bad way. It just feels like it's so final. Oh, now this was one that I loved, the Page of Swords. And actually, I mean, it's called Changeable Actor, and it makes sense that she would call it that, because he is an actor and he can be changeable, but he's also very adaptable. How I read the Page of Swords sometimes as well, we don't have the card of the messenger. Pages usually represent messages. But within this deck, look at how he's dressed. I don't know whether you guys know about that guy. I can't even remember his name. I think his last name is Rodriguez, and he's had loads of surgery done. I don't know whether she based this guy on him or anything, but it sure as hell reminds me of this guy. I think his name is Alves Rodriguez or something. He's known in the UK, in the UK papers. He's had loads of surgery done to himself. He had ribs put in, and he used to be picked on. He was quite fat, and he just changed himself up. And, you know, to adapt to the world so people would like him. He transformed himself, and it really reminds me of that. And in fact, the Page of Swords is an actor, but he's also somebody who likes to experiment. And this just reminds me of somebody who could probably change from being this into something else. Really reminds me of that guy, if you know who I'm talking about, guys. But it also reminds me of the word. This is what I like about her keywords as well, is that we can kind of riff off that. If this person is changeable and an actor, he's very adaptable, and he also has the power to transform into something else. Knight of Swords, fighting for a cause, which is definitely an explanation for this card as well. I like that a lot. I love the fact that he's kind of suspended into air. I loved the idea of a fashion model here with the Queen of Swords. Independent is the Queen of Swords, and she is. She's very much in charge of herself and her own life, isn't she? But she looks like she's on the catwalk. I suppose the clothing and what she's trying to convey through the fashion is about an independent woman. Strong and independent. Fantastic. And then the King of Swords. Love that. What I love about the sword characters as well is that they're very kind of, the way that they're dressed. If you look at the characters, the Queen of Swords, her clothing reminds me of something very much 80s or 90s, you know, the shoulder pads, you know, the very kind of defined lines in terms of how she's dressed. Very structured. I love that. Really, really love that. Really love the way that she's dressed. Very formal like. And that's what sword people are. They can have very strong bone structure, very cutting bone structure. They can dress extraordinarily well, extraordinarily chic. You know, and I love that. You know, if you look at these people here, especially I would say, not so much the knight, but definitely that page as well there. Look at how they've all got one thing in common. The king, the queen and the page, the way that they've dressed. You know, very chic, very square almost, the way what they're dressed in. It's just beautiful, really stunning the way that this has been done. This deck is, for me, it's everything. It's really, really lovely indeed. Love this King of Swords, the intellectual. Ace of Pentacles, wisdom, wealth, nice. Two of Pentacles, indecision, priorities. Yeah, love that. Three of Pentacles, apprenticeship, craft. Oh, love this card, man. I really love this. I love this a lot. I love that they've got all their tools here. They're very precise. They're working hard on their craft. This is somebody who's very focused. Oh yeah, yeah. I've got the feels for a lot of these cards. I really have. Four of Coins. Very nice. Stability and status. I suppose the Four of Coins in a way as well is all about keeping up those appearances. It is about status. It is about presenting something to the world in a way. But also about financial stability too. I love the wide-brimmed hat. I get somebody who hides behind her wealth on this card. And behind the facade, which is often how I read the Four of Coins. Behind the material objects. This is how she goes out presenting herself. Very beautiful. Five of Pentacles, change, disruption. Very nice. Six of Pentacles, balance and exchange. Yeah, lovely. Very nice. I like that. I don't really like insects, I won't lie, but I love the bees on the card. Work, because they are. She's got the worker bees here, working away, being very productive. They're trying to produce a harvest here. A harvest of honey. Very nice. Eight of Pentacles, mastery and reputation. Beautiful. Nine of Pentacles, abundance, security. Oh, I love that. Yeah, very nice. It's funny, we don't see a person on there. Usually with the Nine of Pentacles, you've got a woman who's living in the lap of luxury. Very comfortable, very independent, usually very beautiful as well. Very contented, very satisfied with her lot. But we just have the door here with the 9 coins on it. And we've got it looks like and it's interesting how the door is open. So it just kind of indicates opportunity to me when I see doors that are open. There's an opportunity to gain all of this. Stunning. Oh, this was definitely one of my most favourite cards when I saw it. When I saw the deck on Etsy and I saw this was one of the pictures, I was like, gotta have it, man. Yep. Just comfort, inheritance, genetics, but also for me, Pentacles are about comfort, creature comforts. And boy, does this person have it in spades. I think they've got a glass of wine. Yeah, glass of wine in hand. Look closely. Holding a glass of wine, sitting at the open fire. Very comfortable. No shoes on. Oh, nothing like it. It's just beautiful. Dogs also on card mean loyalty and protection. So it reminds me of things like being protected. Almost being in a world of their own. Gorgeous. Page of Pentacles. Student, gambler. Interesting. Nice. I love this lady here with the ripped jeans. Beautiful. The Knight of Pentacles, wisdom, planning. Queen of Pentacles, wise woman. She is. She's very wise, especially in terms of business, isn't she? Very wise business lady. Beautiful. Very smart, very practical. And finally, the King of Pentacles, businessman. Whenever I see the King of Pentacles, these days I always see the same type of character done. Somebody who is more of a craftsman. He's a businessman, but he's a craftsman as well, and he's worked hard for what he's got. Stunning. Love this. I love this King of Coins. I really like him a lot. So final thoughts on the deck then. Stunning. What more can I say about this deck? I'm in love with it. Truly, truly in love with this deck. It's like, as I mentioned before, a hug in a mug. Or a hug from a mug. Or a hug from a beautiful bowl of vegetable soup. Or whatever your favourite comfort food is. It really is stupendous. It really is. It's a very, very good deck. Whether you got the, you know, certainly I do feel that on some of the cards that have the keywords on them, if you're not familiar with what that keyword is, you might want to go and look at the book or the added resources that she gives just to check out, well, what does she mean by that? A couple of them stumped me a little bit, only because I wouldn't normally associate certain keywords with certain cards that she's put down. Maybe she's going with a different, with a different system. I usually read Rider-Waite. What I do love is that, yes, the Fool is very kind of Rider-Waite-ish because it's got the dog on there and the boy leaping into space. But also, there's a fair few of these cards that aren't. And I think that if you're looking for something that isn't 100% Rider-Waite cloned, as a lot of decks are, this is definitely going to be the deck for you. The imagery, the illustrations, the way that it's been painted, the eye for colour, and what stands out, and what I really like about this deck is it's almost like she just knew what would be so impactful on the deck, especially the Three of Swords, which I just felt was just, whoa, what? Let's have a quick look at that Three of Swords again. I've seen a lot of Three of Swords obviously in my time of doing tarot, but this is probably by far my most favourite Three of Swords that I've ever seen on a tarot deck. I just love the defragmented face. It's almost like the face is being torn into pieces. It's either somebody who's tearing themselves apart with the Three of Swords, or somebody's tearing, which it can be, because it can be a card that indicates gossip and putting people down and that type of thing. But what I love about this deck is that you can get so much from the imagery. You don't have to, as I've always said within tarot, you don't have to stick with standard meanings. As long as you know what each of those meanings are, as long as you know what each meaning is of the card. But there's a saying that goes, once you know the rules, you can break them. And it's the same within tarot. If you've got a good foundation in what each card means, whether you're reading the Thoth system or whether you're reading Rider-Waite, it doesn't matter. You can break them. You can break them. We know the fundamental idea of the Three of Swords is about hurt, heartbreak, separation, arguments, and yes, anger as well. Okay, we know it's a card about destruction. We know it's a card about getting to the heart of the matter. We know it's a card about the heart being torn into three pieces. We know that the fundamental words of the Three of Swords, but the beauty with it is that if you know the fundamentals of what the cards are, you can break You can break those rules and you can say, yeah, this person looks like they've been torn into tiny pieces. The face is just torn apart. The other thing that came to me with the Three of Swords is there's another meaning of the Three of Swords card, which is opening up of the heart. And if I were to kind of riff off that idea and look at this Three of Swords with the face being torn into little pieces here, it almost feels like somebody is ripping off the mask and opening up the heart and becoming more open. It's just so many things. So many things to think about, so many things to see in this deck. Now, obviously, she does have a booklet, which I'm going to show you now. So here we are. Here's our booklet. Let's put this back here. There we go. You can buy the Bright Future Tarot Workbook and Journal. This is around 248, I think, pages long. 248, 249 pages long. It's a beautiful resource. Gives you all of the meanings, as you can see here. Strength, number 1, potential, element earth, self-control over emotions, holding back passion and desire, persistence, strength, courage, compassionate leadership, and it even gives you the reverse meanings as well. Judgment, release from repeat illness, new insight into root cause of situation, light bulb moment, epiphany, breakthrough, willingness to change, inability or refusal to change, reverse, lack of personal insight. It's beautiful. And she gives explanations underneath as well here. We also have spreads here as well. So we've got sorry, this isn't a spread, I think this is a sample reading that she gives. Sample reading question. So you can actually look back at the actual sample reading, and it's almost like she's testing you on what's going on here. It's challenging you to think about what you're seeing in the book, which is something that I've not really seen unless it's an absolute workbook. Beautiful. Just absolutely amazing. It's really good. This is really, really good. Really good. Look at that. This is definitely a book that I think is really good for beginners. Excellent. Just excellent. So well put together. So well done. All UK done as well. All made in the UK. I'm absolutely serious. I've not had a chance to look through this because I've been really busy. But I'm definitely going to have a look at it this weekend for sure. Because it's really good. Really, really good. Love it. And I've got over 200, 300 books on tarot. This is lovely. As a separate resource, you can buy it for £14.99. Obviously, if you're buying it from another country, or converting to what your currency is, but it's not that much. I'm also going to talk about kind of how you buy or what you can buy in terms of this stuff. So obviously, you can buy the Bright Future Tarot on its own, just as a deck. You can also buy the workbook and journal with it at the same time as well. But we're going to talk about that next.
So guys, I hope that you enjoyed the review as much as I enjoyed doing it. It really is a great deck, isn't it? I wanted to share with you the other resources that come along with this particular deck. The free resources that come along with it. As you can see, it comes along with a workbook. I went a little bit into the workbook on the review. But I wanted to also show you the cheat sheet and the digital workbook that Saskia also emails along with the deck when you purchase it. Okay, so when I first purchased the deck, she sent this along to me. I got this via my email, obviously, the Bright Future Tarot Major Arcana card meanings, and also you get the minors as well. What I really like about this is the way that it's just been displayed. She hasn't just sort of sent you along some standard bog off email with keywords on it. She's literally sent a whole resource, a PDF. So this comes in PDF style, or PDF, sorry, format, in which you get the thumbnails. So you get each of the cards in thumbnail format here. and you get the upright meanings and the reverse meanings to each card. Okay, now obviously because it's cheat sheet, the meanings that you get upright and reverse are going to be limited, but that's standard for a cheat sheet. What I really love about this is that you can print it off. It's almost as good as having a little white book, I guess. It won't be a little white book. This is going to be A4. But the brilliant thing is you can print it off, you can hole punch it, you can staple it, you can put it into a folder or into a little wallet or something like that, and you've got a resource there to look at, you know, and that's completely free of charge. Just beautiful. So much care. What I really love, I'm the type of person that likes quality, and I like to see people providing quality as well. That's what I like. I like quality. It's got to be quality, and you can just see the quality in what she's done here. Right from the design of the PDF, it's the same as the box. Can you see? If you look at the box, the colours on the border here are the same as the box. It's done really well. Just really, really well. Excuse me for my over enthusiasm, but for you guys that have been with me a long time on Carol's Universe, you know how I am as a person when I'm talking about the cards, when I'm doing readings. I am that way, and I'm just really enthusiastic about this because she has put her heart and soul into this. You can tell. You can just tell from what she's done. And I think for any of you guys, if you're watching this in the UK, and because this is a UK based creator, please support her, because she's really good. She's quality. What she's done is absolute quality. So I love this. We get the major arcana card meanings here, upright, reversed, and we go down to the minors, the cups, pentacles, swords, and wands, and you get actually you get it per page, so it should be around 5 pages, 5 A4. If you don't want to use up that much paper, then if you've got a printer that does double-sided printing, then do that. But it's per page, so it's 1 page per suit here. Stunning, lovely. The other thing that she does send through to you as well, the other free resource, is this tarot digital workbook, which is great as well, because again, you can print this off as another free resource. I should imagine that you print this off and then you can fold it in half. So if you print it via A4, you'll probably, I'm guessing, need to print it landscape. So yeah, print it in landscape. I should imagine, that's what I'm thinking here. And you can just, I think this part here you would fold in half probably, and then if we scroll down here, we get these additional pages here, and you see where the perforated lines are. You can just kind of you know, you can cut them, or you can just sort of fold them in half, however you want to do it. Staple it together, hole punch it, put it into a folder again, or just put it into some form of a wallet. What I really love about this is we get the creator reading bit here, in which she explains how you create a reading. She shows you a particular spread, 14 card spread here that you can use, obviously for yourself or for your clients or for your friends, family, that type of thing. Then we go down to her explanation of the major arcana, which we had the cheat sheet here, but obviously you're going to get a little bit more, I think, of an interpretation here probably, because you've got things like, if you look here, the magician, you've got the keywords as you would get on the cheat sheet in the upright and the reversed showing here, but also you get this additional information on who the magician is, what he symbolizes, he or she symbolizes, etc., etc. Same thing for the high priestess stroke oracle card here. It goes for all of them. So there's a little bit more additional information that she's giving you here. I should imagine that you would cut this actually, print it out on A4, and I think it creates, she did say, an A6 workbook. Yeah, it's the same thing for everything. We have the major arcanas here, which you have the, as I mentioned, keyword reversed, and then an explanation on what the card is, what it does, what it's meant to evoke, that type of thing, the explanation of what it reveals. And then it's the same thing for the minors as well, the cups. So it's the same thing she does for each of them. How much work has gone into this? Amazing. Beautiful. All done in the UK. So if you are from the UK, guys, try and support, because UK businesses need as much support as they possibly can get at the moment. So if you are in the UK, if you come from the UK, if you live in the UK and you love this deck, support this lady because she's done some really great work. Fantastic. So finally, guys, I really just wanted to show you Saskia's Etsy shop. She ships worldwide. Check your country out and whether she ships to your part of the world. Simply go down here, into here, and obviously I'm in the United Kingdom, but then you choose a country, for example Italy, and it will show you when she's ready to dispatch, which is 1 to 2 days for Italy, and the cost to deliver. I mean, the cost is £24.99. Obviously, when you order the deck, dependent on what your currency is, it will convert, so you'll know exactly how much you're actually paying. But it's always, here it's 1 to 2 days to dispatch, and the cost to deliver on top of that £24.99 is £7.50, and that's for Italy. If you're in the UK, it's free delivery, so you'll just pay the £24.99 for the actual deck. Okay, and if you want to select the style that you want, so for example, if you want, this is important, it obviously probably wouldn't let you go any further if you didn't do this bit. So if you want the deck with the keywords, click on the keywords, it'll show you there. And if you just want the standard one, click on the standard one, shows you there. So you can obviously buy that on its own. You can buy it actually. I just discovered this the other day, but you can actually buy it as a combo. So you can buy the deck along with the workbook as well, which is $39.99. So accompanying 250-page workbook and journal along with the tarot deck. So if you wanted to just buy it as a complete resource, obviously you're going to get a lot more information via the workbook. It is $39.99 for that, and obviously you do the same thing. Click down, find how much it is to what the additional cost is to deliver, along with the estimated arrival time. Yeah. And if you just want to buy the workbook on its own, it's there for $14.99 there, and you repeat the same actions as you would if you were buying the cards or the combo. Okay, fantastic. There we go, guys. So that is the review done. That's the absolute review done. I really hope that you guys enjoy this. It's the first review that I'm doing on the channel. I'm looking to review other decks. Obviously, the review of this one was a little bit more involved because I've been speaking with Saskia a little bit and sort of talking about, because I was really impressed and I said I'd love to review your deck on my channel. And, I just really, really love what you've done. And we had a little bit of a kind of back and forth. She sent me some information and that type of thing. Also, don't let me forget, Saskia is also running some free online classes in this year to promote the cards. Okay, she's also setting up an online course teaching tarot and psychic abilities. Remember, this is a lady with 25 years worth of experience, and her work speaks for itself. Exceptional. So I'm going to leave a link below to her email address, and you can kind of email her there and get further information from her on that. But yeah, Saskia, thank you so much for allowing me to review your deck along with your workbook, and I've really enjoyed doing that. Your work speaks for itself, top quality, just beautiful. And guys, yeah, I hope that if you do buy the deck and the workbook, and if you do look at the other resources as well, you're going to enjoy it as much as I have, because it really is something to behold. Right from the quality of the deck, 400 GSM. I mean, this lady is not playing. She's obviously set out with a clear view of how she wanted to present what she's presented here, the book and the cards, and she wasn't willing to compromise on anything, which I'm just so impressed with. Yeah, so hopefully when you do order it, guys, you'll enjoy it as much as I do. And it's one of those decks that you can just, it's meaty. You can just get so much from it. So much from it. This is not a deck that's just been thrown together. This is obviously something that is being put together with absolute love and conviction and passion. And it's so modern. It's so different, so modern. Really, really love it. All right, guys, I will see you on the next review. And yeah, have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.